What's good, y'all? Welcome to today's trade recap. Today is August 26th, and yeah, today was not the best of days at all. Took 5 trades. I guess you can say I overtraded. Typically, I only take 2 to 3. So yeah, I did overtrade, but I liked every single setup I took. It's not like I was forcing trades. I was patient, except maybe for this first trade. But yeah, we'll go over everything. So 0 wins today, 2 losses, 3 break evens. So that's pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. There was about 3 A+ setups that presented themselves to me and just didn't end up fucking working out. So going over this first trade, I was kind of irritated too. I was trying to make $150 across all my Top Step accounts this week so I can get another payout to secure the 30K month, but it's not going to happen now. My first red day since August 7th. I'm pretty upset about it, but whatever. It is what it is. Let's get this trade recap out the way. So coming into the morning, we had 8:30 news for it was orange folder, so nothing crazy. But this was our news candle right here, right? So 8:30 came. We had a pretty small news candle, I would say. It's only about 10 points. It was pre-market, so I was in the market during pre-market. And we had a London SMT right here. So as you guys can see, London highs got swept out. And then if we come on over to ES, London highs have not been taken out. So we had a London SMT. So what I was looking for is continuations down to London lows and Asian lows. Why? Because we had Asian highs up here, London highs that already got swept out. And then nothing had got taken out on ES yet. As you guys can see, we still have London highs and lows and then Asian highs and lows as well. So I was kind of like playing both sides. I was like, okay, if we take out the lows first, then we can target the highs. If we take out the highs first, then we can target the lows, right? But overall, on the higher time frames, I was pretty bearish. So this is why I like this setup. Why? Well, because we ended up coming down and tapping into this 30-minute gap with a London SMT. So I was looking just for a continuation model. So we ended up coming down, tapping that gap. Took out all this liquidity as well. So we had a liquidity sweep with these internal highs, which is perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. And then we had London lows below us that I was going to go ahead and target. So I actually ended up entering off of a 2-minute inversion. And here it is right here. So as soon as we tapped into the 30-minute fair value gap, we went ahead and rejected it. Inversing this 2-minute gap, right? You could have had this as your break-even point and then took profits here if you went in for multiple contracts, but I just went in for 1 mini. I was going to hold it all the way down to London lows. It was only 53 points away, and I thought it was a pretty plausible draw on liquidity. However, as you guys can see, I was in profit for just a second and then got stopped out almost immediately. And the reason I got stopped out, and I journaled this, was because we had a unfilled 15-minute fair value gap right above us. So that is where price wanted to go. It wanted to tap that unfilled 15-minute before doing anything, and I'll show you guys right here. So we ended up tapping the 15-minute for value gap. Okay. I believe we had an internal SMT. Let's see, 834 highs did not get swept out, and yeah, 834 highs did get swept out. So yeah, we did have an internal SMT. Let's put this right here. So we have a 30-minute fair value gap, a 15-minute fair value gap tap. We have a London SMT as our high time frame narrative. And then now we have an internal SMT with this slight accumulation range, and then we manipulate it higher, right? So that being said, I went ahead and entered off a 30-second inversion right in here. There was nothing else, but there was a 30-second. I don't have the 30-second chart on here, but I do on Top Step. Entered off the 30-second inversion. I was targeting these lows right here along with London lows, and the RR on this trade was just beautiful. So at this point in time, I was break even, really quick break even point. My stop loss was only 4 points, and I was risking pennies to the dollar on this trade. Essentially, I risked $180 and my take profit was set to like 3,000, something like that. But yeah, I ended up getting break even on this trade. As you guys can see, I entered. We had a good couple candles as soon as I entered, and then we just ended up fucking chopping around. Edge my break-even point, edge it again, and then we ended up getting break-even as soon as market opened. So I made sure to go break-even right here. Oh no, it's this low right here. Right here on my trading view account, and then top step I wasn't really paying attention to, but I made sure before 9:30 opened that I went break even, just in case if we had something like this candle that we wouldn't get stopped out and it would only be a break even trade. So I ended up making like $20 on that. So now I was like, okay, we're in the actual market. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, this 30-minute and 15-minute is still here, but since we just got this big rippage to the upside and ES was still nowhere near Asian highs, right? So now we have equal highs with London that Asian created, or that ES created, but Asian highs are all the way the hell up here, okay? And NASDAQ is a lot closer to Asia highs, right? So what do? We end up sweeping past Asian highs. Now we have an Asian SMT, okay? What else do we have? Still that, right? We still have the Asian SMT. This second trade, we'll get into it in a second. Let me just show you guys what price did. Price manipulated higher. We came down. We actually created a bullish SMT right here with these lows, as you guys can see. Yes, right? What fucking lows was that? 927? Am I retarded? Oh, yeah, it's right here. I'm a fucking idiot. So we came down and swept out these lows on NASDAQ, but we did not on ES. And then we ended up tracing higher. There was, I think, like a 2-minute inversion right here, if you guys caught it. I'm just kidding. The close was way the fuck up here, and this would have been our take profit area, along with this 1 hour high right here. Okay, but that did not end up getting hit. What do we end up doing? Well, we end up coming up, sweeping out this high. Now we have a bearish SMT, which is perfect because we have a Asian SMT. Now we have an internal SMT that is a sorry, I just zoned out. We have an Asian SMT right here. As you guys can see, we swept out Asian highs. ES did not come and sweep out Asian highs. Oh, there was no internal SMT. I apologize. Both assets ended up coming out, taking out market open highs. And then what do we end up getting? Well, we got another 2-minute inversion. And I absolutely loved this trade. I absolutely loved this trade. I set a limit order at the inversion. Actually, I didn't even set a limit order. By the time I entered, price already retapped into the inversion. Oh, shit. And then my stops were at the swing highs. And again, my take profit was down here at London lows. So this was a trade that actually kind of irritated me a little bit. It was an A+ setup. I went break even right here at these internal lows. Price came down and then fucking edged my take profit again, bro. This is the third day in a row. Friday, we edged my take profit for about 4 points. Yesterday, we edged it for 7. And today was, I think, like 11.5. Yeah, like 11 to 13, whatever the fuck it is, right? Let's go right here. 12.5, okay? And so I was kind of irritated after this trade. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, no way we didn't just take out London. It's not even like we had a bullish SMT either. Fucking ES was doing who knows what all the way up here, and it left all this. So I don't know what the hell it was. This trade was a A+ setup. I liked it. Just price action was retarded. And yeah, let's go on over to the fourth trade, which I don't even like saying. Ugh. So what do we end up doing? Well, this Asian SMT is still in play. Why? Because where is ES at this point? Nowhere near fucking Asian highs. Okay, so my bias up until this point is still to go fucking short. Okay, and we also had a nice accumulation zone right here. Okay, shit. Had a nice accumulation zone, and then what do? We manipulated higher. Okay, we took out these highs, which we did on ES as well. Perfect liquidity sweep. But then we also ended up taking out these 1 hour highs over here inside of this 1 hour fair value gap. So, okay, I'm building bearish confluence. I have a 1 hour fair value gap. I have a 1 hour SMT. I have a 1 hour liquidity sweep. I have an Asian SMT. Cool. I still have the same targets. We also have a AMD model, right? We accumulated, and then 10 a.m. opened right here. And what do? We accumulated, and 10 a.m. opened and manipulated higher. So I'm like, okay, we have an AMD model. We have a 10 a.m. open high. We have a 1 hour fair value gap. We have fucking a 1 hour SMT. We have an Asian SMT. Perfect. this is green light to enter short. Okay, so this is what I mean by like I wasn't forcing setups today. I really like these setups, every single one I took, except for maybe this last one. This last one was a little forced, but we'll go over that. We ended up seeing a 30-second inversion, like somewhere in here, right here. Again, I don't have the 30-second chart on here, but I do on Top Step. I went ahead and entered exactly right here, stopped at the SMT highs, and then take profit down to, well, what the fuck do you know? Once again, London lows. I was very convicted we were going to go to London lows today. And well, I got stopped out immediately. This trade and the previous trade, I absolutely loved. I will take those 10 out of 10 times. This pre-market trade, the very first one was a little rushed. I could have waited for that 15-minute to get tapped, so that was my own fault. However, I did, again, have conviction that we are at least going to go to London lows, and we rejected a 30-minute with inversing a 2-minute. So I had conviction. It's not just like I was entering off of bullshit. And then the second trade I took on the day with the 1 to 14 RR, I love that as well. Why? Because we had the London SMT continuation model, internal SMT, 30-second inversion. The RR was great. I was risking pennies to the dollar. I had a clear draw on liquidity. I could have took profits right here if price ended up going down that low. And so these three middle trades honestly were perfect. I could have not rushed this first one, so that was my fault. And then 1, 2, and 3 right here, in my opinion, were all A+ setups. Okay, even though this one looks very fucking ugly, I'm taking that every single time. I'm sorry, it's just a nice continuation model. This one is a fucking fantastic PDI model, down towards London lows. It just didn't play out. We got edged. It is what it is. And then this one, I'll take this 10 times out of 10 as well. We had a AMD, like I said, 10 a.m. open high, 1 hour SMT, 1 hour for value gap, Asian SMT, 30-second inversion, clear targets below. Could have went break even at this point right here. But yeah, I really, really liked London lows for today, as you guys can see. But up until this point, I was 0 wins, 2 break evens, and 2 losses. So I was down maybe like, I don't know, $600 on the day per account. So do the math, 600 times 18, but whatever, right? Going on over into this last trade. This last trade was, and I'll admit it was forced, but I had conviction, okay? I built conviction, but it was forced solely for the fact that price action was dog shit. And I wouldn't say I was emotional about losing the previous trades. If anything, I was more emotional about getting break even on this one, just because I've fucking been getting a lot of break evens that edge my take profit by just a few fucking points. But like I said, I wasn't really worried about the losses. I knew they were coming eventually. I was on a crazy win streak, so it is what it is. But yeah, what do we end up doing right here? Well, we also have equal lows right here. That was my break-even point for this trade that we didn't end up hitting, and it was also an unfilled fucking 3-minute gap. So it's insane how we didn't end up hitting my break-even point. But we had equal lows on the 5-minute right here. Okay. This Asian SMT again is still holding. This shit was holding all day. Okay, this is why I was, I guess you could say, married to a bias, because we still have yet to sweep out Asian highs. Okay, and along with that, what did we end up getting? Well, we ended up getting an internal SMT. And I've been backtesting double SMTs. They fucking work. 9 for 11 up until today. Today kind of fucked it up. With this trade right here was a break even. And then this trade was a break even. So I'm 9, 2, and 2 backtesting and forward testing double SMTs. So a high fucking win rate. So again, I guess you can say I was a little fucking, what's it called, antsy to get into this trade. Not the best price action. We ended up having the double S&T with Asian London highs. We're still in this 1 hour, or Asian highs. We're still in this 1 hour for value gap. We have an internal SMT. We inverse this 5-minute gap. I didn't like the inversion of the 5-minute gap. What I wanted to see was a resweep of this high, just because it's LRL. I didn't want this LRL at my stop loss, and we ended up getting a sweep of this high right here. We had a bearish SMT. There was another 30-second inversion. I don't think I've taken these many 30-second inversions in my life, and this is where I guess I kind of fucked up, is I could have recognized that there was no like 1 minute gap. Price action just wasn't the best, right? Kind of just chopping around. This was like our prior trade, and then we came up and then just chopped around a bit. So this last trade was just a bad trade overall. Okay, the middle 3 were perfect, and yeah, I almost got stopped out. My take profit was at these equal lows right here, 5-minute equal lows. My break even point was, I believe, right here or right here. Oh, okay, it had to have been this first one. So yeah, we hit my break even point, which was these internal lows. Came up, stopped my break even point out, and then as you guys can see, we essentially just chopped around. Didn't even hit the take profit. Thank God, because I was not trying to sit through this anyway. And then yeah, we kind of ended up just chopping around for the rest of the day. So this last trade was definitely forced. Got to be brutally honest with yourself. Kind of sucks that to say that, but yeah, not really happy with the amount of trades I took today. But I am satisfied with the trades I took, if that makes sense, except for this last one. This last one sucked. But these 4, I'm taking these 10 out of 10 times. This one was a little rushed. I could have waited for the 15-minute and just sat on my hands. But I had conviction, right? We tapped in the 30-minute, 2-minute version out of it, clear targets lower, whatever. Just didn't play out. This one I liked, even though it looks shitty, because we did tap into the 15-minute, ended up creating an internal SMT. This one, I believe, was my most favorite, or not I believe, this was my most favorite one on the day. Came out Asian SMT, resweep of market open highs, 2-minute inversion targeting London lows, got edged. It is what it is. And then this one was also another A plus solid setup, AMD model, 1 hour SMT, Asian SMT, 1 hour for value gap, 30-second inversion, and same thing. And I'm still fucking amazed we left these equal lows on NASDAQ. Typically we'll leave like actual equal lows or highs on ES more than we will NASDAQ. And it didn't even hit our break even point, because this was again our entry point, or an entry point to a unfilled 3-minute, which we can also treat as a break even point. So I was pretty surprised price didn't at least go there before stopping me out. And then in the second trade, we didn't even hit it either. So yeah, pretty bad PA today. However, I've seen worse, right? PA wasn't the problem. I guess it was me and my conviction. I could have realized after these first 2 trade, or after I guess trade 3 and 4, that it just wasn't probable, and I shouldn't have even been in the market pre-market anyway, because we didn't have red folder 830. So that is my own fault. It is what it is. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we can catch a dub in the Discord. The Discord did take a dub today regarding this trade right here. They took partials, but like I said, I went in for 1 contract and I wanted to see London lows get hit, so I didn't get anything from it. But it is what it is. We'll be back tomorrow. I was due for a red day, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the trade recap, and I am out of here.